Relationships are complicated. They always have been, and they always will be. But there's something about the way a woman expresses, or rather, hides her feelings that can leave you confused, doubting yourself, and wondering if she even cares at all. The truth is, when a woman misses someone, it's rarely as simple as sending a text or calling. Most of the time, she won't say it outright. She'll never admit it, not in those words. She's not going to tell you, "I miss you," because that would make her vulnerable. And vulnerability, for many women, that's terrifying. But if you know what to look for, if you pay attention, you'll notice the subtle ways she's telling you she's thinking about you, missing you, wishing you were near. Today, I want to share with you 5 signs she misses you more than she admits, so that next time you feel that distance, you won't be left guessing. The first sign is in the little things she remembers. Think about it. When a woman misses someone, she holds on to the memories, the little details of your interactions, the things you've said in passing. Maybe it's the way you like your coffee, or the little joke you made last month that made her laugh for hours. She brings these things up randomly, not because she wants attention, not because she's trying to manipulate, but because you're still on her mind. She'll remember that you mentioned something once, and then later, out of the blue, bring it up in conversation. It's subtle, almost easy to miss if you're not paying attention, but it's a sign that you're occupying her thoughts. When a woman misses you, she doesn't just think of the big moments, the laughs, the kisses, the arguments. She remembers the tiny, seemingly insignificant details, and she'll drop them into conversation like breadcrumbs, hoping you'll notice, hoping you'll understand. That's the first sign, the small, thoughtful reminders that she's carrying you in her mind, even when she's not around. The second sign is in the way she communicates. She may not always call or text, but when she does, there's a difference. There's a certain softness in her messages, a subtle warmth that betrays her true feelings. She might send something that seems casual at first, like asking about your day, but there's an underlying longing in the timing, the tone, even in the emoji she chooses. It's never over the top. In fact, the more she misses you, the more careful she is not to appear desperate. But if you pay attention to her communication patterns, you'll notice the effort she makes to check in, the way she lingers in conversation, the little follow-up messages after an initial text. When she misses you, she wants to hear from you. And she wants you to know she's thinking about you without saying it outright. It's subtle, but for those who understand the language of emotions, it's unmistakable. The third sign is how she reacts to your social media presence or updates. Now, I know some people roll their eyes at this, but social media is revealing. When she misses you, she's paying attention. She notices the things you post, the places you go, the people you spend time with. And it's not about jealousy, it's about connection. She might not comment on every post. She might not like every photo, but she's watching, noticing, keeping track. And if she engages, even minimally, that engagement has weight. That subtle interaction, liking a post from 2 days ago, reacting to a story you didn't even think she'd see, is a sign that you're still in her mind. She's keeping a window open, a line of sight into your life, even if she won't admit she misses you. The fourth sign is in her behavior when you're together. This is where it gets interesting, because actions speak louder than words. When a woman misses someone, she will find ways to be close to them without necessarily acknowledging it. She'll seek moments of connection, small touches, brief eye contact. Leaning in slightly when you speak, she may tease you or act a little differently than usual in ways that hint at longing. There's a softness in her gestures, a pause in her speech, a subtle vulnerability that slips through when she thinks no one is paying attention. She might pretend she's not affected by your absence, but her body language tells a different story. When she's around you, notice the way she moves, the way she reacts, the little tells that show she's invested emotionally, even if she's trying hard to mask it. These unspoken cues are powerful indicators that she misses you more than she lets on. The fifth and final sign is in her emotional fluctuations. When a woman misses someone, her mood can be a reflection of that absence. She might seem distant or distracted at times, almost as if she's somewhere else mentally. She may act reserved, but then suddenly become animated when you appear or when she hears from you. She may get quiet or contemplative, staring off as if lost in thought, or she may become unusually playful, making a point to engage with you more intensely than usual. These shifts are subtle and they can be easily misinterpreted if you're not paying attention. But if you notice the patterns, how she seems to oscillate between distance and warmth, detachment and attention, it's often a sign that her feelings are still very much present. and that she's wrestling with the gap between her desire to reach out and her fear of vulnerability. Now, here's the truth about all of this. Missing someone doesn't always look like sadness or desperation. It's rarely loud. It's rarely obvious. In fact, the more a woman truly misses someone, the more she tries to contain it, to maintain composure, to appear strong. That's why it's so easy to misread her actions, to think she's indifferent when she's anything but. The signs are there, but they are subtle. They require attention, intuition, and a willingness to see beyond the surface. When you understand these signs, it changes everything. It allows you to respond appropriately, to recognize when she's reaching out in her own quiet way. It allows you to appreciate the depth of her feelings, even when she won't admit them. And it allows you to create a connection that's deeper, more authentic, and more resilient. It's important to remember that missing someone is a form of love in itself. It's proof that the bond you share matters, that your presence in her life has left an imprint. And when a woman misses you more than she admits, it's because she values you, cherishes you, and perhaps fears losing what you mean to her. Understanding this is not about playing games, it's not about manipulation, it's about awareness. It's about noticing the subtle signals that reveal the truth beneath her composed exterior. So the next time you feel the distance, the next time you think she doesn't care, pay attention to the small things. Notice the memories she brings up, the patterns in her communication, the subtle engagement with your life, the body language when you're together, and the shifts in her mood. These are the clues that tell you more than words ever could. These are the signs that she misses you more than she admits. And when you recognize them, you'll not only understand her better, you'll understand the depth of your connection in ways you never thought possible. Because love, real love, doesn't always speak loudly. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it lingers in the gestures, the glances, the subtle reminders that you're present even when you're apart. And if you can see it, if you can acknowledge it, you'll see that missing someone is not weakness. It's a quiet, powerful proof of attachment, care, and longing. So watch carefully, listen closely, feel deeply, and don't be fooled by what isn't said. The signs are there. They're subtle, they're gentle, and they're unmistakable if you know how to look. When a woman misses you more than she admits, it's a reflection of her heart, her respect for herself, and her desire to protect the bond she feels with you. And once you recognize it, once you understand the hidden language of longing, you'll be able to respond in a way that honors her feelings and strengthens the connection between you both. It's a dance of patience and perception. It's about noticing the whispers beneath the surface. It's about seeing beyond what is spoken and understanding the depth of what is felt. And in that understanding, you'll find clarity. You'll find insight, and you'll find a connection that transcends the words left unspoken, because the heart has its own language, and when she misses you, it speaks even when she cannot. And if you have the eyes to see it and the heart to understand it, you'll never have to wonder again whether she truly cares. Sometimes, when a woman misses you, she doesn't even know how to express it properly. Her emotions are tangled, conflicted, and complicated because missing someone isn't just about longing, it's about vulnerability. She's carrying this feeling quietly, wrestling with whether she should reach out or stay distant, whether she should reveal the depth of her heart or protect herself from potential disappointment. That tension creates subtle behavior patterns that are almost instinctive, and if you're paying attention, you can see them clearly. For example, she might initiate small conversations and then quickly withdraw. She might ask seemingly casual questions about your life, but there's an underlying curiosity that betrays her deeper feelings. She's testing the waters without admitting that she's yearning for your presence. This kind of behavior is a hallmark of someone who misses you more than she's willing to admit. Another thing you'll notice is how she reacts to shared memories. Memories are powerful, and when a woman misses someone, she will revisit the moments you've shared. It could be a song that reminds her of a night you laughed together or a place you went that suddenly sparks nostalgia. She might reference it casually in conversation, or she might post something on social media that subtly hints at your shared experiences. The important thing is, these reminders are not accidental. They're a way for her to reconnect with you emotionally without having to say, "I miss you." This is how she communicates longing without words, and it's a strong signal that her feelings are present and active, even when she doesn't openly acknowledge them. You'll also see it in how she engages with mutual friends. She might ask about you indirectly, making inquiries through friends or acquaintances. She might show subtle curiosity about your activities, who you're spending time with, or even your emotional state. This isn't nosiness. It's her way of staying connected, of keeping herself informed about your life without having to confront her vulnerability directly. When a woman misses you more than she admits, she finds ways to bridge the gap quietly through indirect channels that keep her linked to you emotionally. Her schedule and priorities may also shift in subtle ways. She might make small adjustments to ensure she crosses paths with you, or she might prioritize interactions with you when it's convenient. These actions are rarely overt. They're embedded in the rhythms of her life, in how she plans her days, and in the moments she seeks to create contact without appearing too eager. A woman who misses you is actively finding ways to maintain a connection, even if it's through seemingly mundane or coincidental means. Recognizing these patterns is essential to understanding her true feelings. You may also notice emotional mirroring when she misses you. When she's around you, her moods may reflect yours more than she realizes. If you're happy, she seems brighter, lighter, more engaged. If you're distant or distracted, she might mirror that distance, almost instinctively. This unconscious synchronization is a powerful sign that her emotions are deeply tied to yours. It's subtle, easy to overlook, but incredibly telling. Emotional mirroring is her heart's way of expressing connection and longing without having to articulate it verbally. Sometimes, she may even engage in behaviors that seem contradictory. She might act indifferent one moment and attentive the next, playful then distant, warm, and then slightly cold. These fluctuations are not a sign of disinterest. They're a reflection of internal conflict. She's caught between the desire to reach out and the need to protect herself. She's trying to manage her emotions while simultaneously staying connected to you. Understanding this duality is crucial because it explains why a woman who misses you may appear inconsistent. She's not hiding her feelings maliciously. She's navigating her vulnerability and figuring out the best way to remain emotionally safe while still maintaining a bond with you. Another subtle indicator is nostalgia in her tone. When she talks about past experiences with you, there's a softness, a warmth, a longing embedded in her voice. She might recount stories from the past with extra detail, or smile in a way that suggests she's reliving the moment internally. It's as if she's revisiting those memories to feel close to you when physical proximity isn't possible. Nostalgia becomes a vehicle for her to reconnect emotionally, and it's often a sign that she's missing the emotional intimacy she once shared with you. She may also express care in small, thoughtful ways. It could be a message checking if you're okay after a tough day, a suggestion that you take care of yourself, or remembering something you mentioned in passing and following up later. These small gestures may seem trivial, but they're profoundly meaningful when you consider their emotional motivation. A woman who misses you will show concern for your well-being as a way of staying connected, expressing her care, even if she can't verbalize her longing outright. At times, she may seek emotional reassurance indirectly. Instead of saying, "I miss you," she may test the waters through subtle questions or comments, gauging your interest, your feelings, and your emotional availability. This isn't manipulation, it's a natural way of navigating vulnerability. She's trying to measure whether it's safe to open up, whether her feelings will be reciprocated, and whether she can allow herself to feel deeply without risking emotional pain. Recognizing this pattern is key to understanding that her apparent caution is not distance, it's longing in disguise. Another pattern emerges in her behavior when she sees you interact with others. She might display subtle jealousy, not overt anger, but a quiet attentiveness to how you relate to people around you. This isn't about possessiveness, it's about emotional sensitivity and attachment. When a woman misses you, she cares deeply about how you engage with the world because it reflects the bond she values with you. These subtle reactions are often overlooked, but they reveal a mind that is still emotionally invested, a heart that still cares more than she admits. She may also express her longing through shared interests or hobbies. She might reference things you've enjoyed together, suggesting activities you used to do, or she might show interest in pursuits she knows are important to you. This is a form of emotional alignment, a way of maintaining closeness by echoing your preferences and experiences. She's creating a bridge between your worlds, even when she can't be physically present. This alignment is a signal of emotional attachment and a subtle indicator that she misses you more than she's willing to verbalize. You'll notice that when she misses you, she may also show heightened sensitivity to your moods and reactions. She listens more intently, notices changes in your tone, and picks up on cues that others might miss. This sensitivity reflects her emotional investment, a desire to remain attuned to you even when she's not openly expressing longing. It's her way of maintaining a connection, of staying emotionally close despite physical or social distance. Even in moments of apparent indifference, her eyes often reveal her feelings. The eyes have a way of speaking the truth that words cannot contain. She may glance at you when she thinks you're not looking, hold your gaze a fraction longer than necessary, or look away quickly. As if to hide what she cannot suppress, these fleeting moments are telling. They betray the quiet longing she may be unwilling to voice. The eyes are mirrors to the heart, and when she misses you, Those mirrors reflect more than she admits. Another way to recognize that she misses you is through her reactions to shared humor. If you used to joke together, she may reference old jokes, laugh at memories, or mimic your humor in subtle ways. Humor is a powerful emotional connector, and when she engages with it, she's reconnecting with you emotionally. She's revisiting the bond you shared, expressing nostalgia and longing without ever having to say it directly. Even when she's busy or seemingly preoccupied, she often finds ways to think about you. A woman who misses someone carries their presence in her mind, integrating thoughts of you into her daily routine. She might send a text during a break, think of you while doing routine tasks, or mentally replay moments you've shared. This consistent mental presence is a clear signal of longing, even if she doesn't outwardly acknowledge it. Finally, one of the most profound signs is her subtle attempts to create opportunities for connection. She may suggest plans, drop hints about seeing you, or create situations where your paths cross. These actions are rarely overt. They're careful, measured, and intentional. She's testing possibilities, creating openings, and seeking ways to reconnect without explicitly stating her longing. These efforts, small as they may seem, speak volumes about the depth of her feelings and the fact that she misses you more than she admits. Sometimes, the signs are so subtle that only someone paying close attention can catch them. She might laugh a little longer at your jokes even when no one else does. She might ask questions that seem trivial, but they're her way of staying connected, of keeping you present in her thoughts. She may also remember things you said weeks or months ago and bring them up as if they just happened, because she's been carrying them in her heart the entire time. There's a certain tenderness in the way she engages with your words, as if every detail matters more than it should. And that's because it does. It matters to her. Even when she seems distant or preoccupied, there's often a quiet energy, a pull that draws her back toward you. She may hesitate to reach out, worried about seeming too eager, but her subtle gestures betray her longing. It could be a message sent at the wrong hour, a story she knows you'll see, or a brief comment that seems casual but carries a depth of emotion. She's finding ways to bridge the distance without exposing herself fully, and if you pay attention, these small signals are unmistakable. Her silence, too, can be revealing. When she doesn't reach out, when she withdraws slightly, it isn't always because she doesn't care. Often, it's a test of connection, a way to measure her own feelings and yours. She's quietly gauging how much you value her, how present you remain in her absence. And if you respond with patience, understanding, and attentiveness, she will show you in subtle ways just how deeply she misses you. Every glance, every word, every action is a thread connecting her to you. And when you learn to read those threads, you'll see the truth behind the distance. She misses you more than she admits, and it's in the little things that the heart always speaks loudest.